Welcome to the third quarter of the Bobby003 Show, and of course we have a number of interesting things to talk about, and of course another death that occurred while we were over at the retreat was a real young man, Brian Badon, and Brian was 34 years young, real young, and of course he leaves his wife and I think maybe a couple of children also, and his wife is Shayla. And on the burial took place Saturday, and of course we were at retreat. And Monday night, Jude Orman, Ray Bello, and myself went over to Bobby Badon's home.
That's his father.
And that was his son.
Right.
Bobby and Deanie had two children. They had Brian, and they have a daughter. And the son really did a lot of things for the daddy. And like the Badon family, he also loved music and played in a band, a well-known band in the Acadiana area. And there was an untimely vehicle accident that occurred. And we went over and visited, and Bobby and Deanie were there at their home, and Danny, who is a son-in-law, a brother-in-law, and his wife Judy were there, as well as another of Deanie's sisters. And those ladies went inside and in no time at all cooked up a whole bunch of good food for us, and beautiful visit. And I guess we should try to do that more often, go and visit the family of a deceased, you know, after the fact, because several hundreds, thousand people attended this. You know, Bobby Badon was a state representative. He's a successful businessman, and I might add, a very charitable man. I know when we called on him, he was there for us, and they really appreciated our visit. You could tell that they needed to kind of laugh. And in fact, I was pulled off aside, and I think it was Deanie that told me it was the first time that they've had a chance to laugh since that accident that happened early Wednesday morning of last week. And so maybe it's something we should do more often, is visit with the families, kind of like a private visit. The other way, when you have in a hurry, you don't really know what to say at the time. Right. Offer your condolences, and then you give room for the next one to come up. And people really in our part of the country, it's not like that everywhere, but in South Louisiana, visiting with the family is something that's we respect.
It's about the relationship that you have with them.
That's correct. And so I certainly enjoyed it, and it appeared that it's something that I'm going to try to do more of. And I want to thank Jude. Jude also went out and purchased 2 or 3 books on how to overcome this, you know, with this grieving. Books on grieving, and they're out there. And she was so glad.
But there was some at the retreat house, and Jude Orman came with us to retreat this year, his first retreat.
Yeah, well, he maybe bought them then.
Could have been at the retreat house.
Well, anyhow, there's, you know, we learned a lot, and I know Bob is going to really miss Brian, because he took care of some properties he owned. He worked with him, did crawfishing season his own, and you know, just you can see that it's hard to explain. I understand it's bad when you lose your mom and your daddy, and it's bad when you lose a brother and sisters, but when you lose a child, they said that's really something. I haven't experienced it, and you haven't either. So we just have to watch and learn and try to be by other people's side as much as we can after an event like this.
You got it. How about just to remind folks that the Eunice World Championship Crawfish Etouffee Festival and Cook-Off is going to be the end of the month, March 24th. That's on a Sunday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Gino's going to play. Great fun all day. Jason Frost, Steve Raleigh, Roscoe Chenier's band will be playing. So go by at the end of the month.
Have you spoke about the
Steamboat?
steamboat.
No, I have
well,
not. I was
let's
saving that
talk
for you.
about the winners named in Culinary Classic. That was held, I think, Monday night in Lafayette.
Right.
And it's a big, big event, and a lot of the top-notch chefs from throughout wherever they want to come from, they're invited. And in the soup category, our own Jason Huguet, owner of the Steamboat Warehouse Restaurant in Washington, Louisiana, came out with a silver, which was like a second place in the soup division. And of course, the winner in the gold division, the winner of the soup is Mr. Ernest Prejean with Prejean's Restaurant. Of course,
both of those guys help us with the cerebral palsy clinic.
Cerebral Palsy Clinic every year.
Oh,
so
yeah.
congratulations to both of you and all the participants. Even if you didn't win, you put your best forth, and it's a fundraiser, and it always turns out there's no losers. Everybody's a winner for participating.
Well, let's talk about the Steamboat Warehouse down in beautiful Washington, Louisiana, with chef owner Jason Huguet, who you can see so active in the community in these different events with our charity work that he gets involved with. All that great food with the crawfish etouffee. He's got the shrimp Betsy that's got the large shrimp sauteed in olive oil and herbs. He's got the stuffed filet of catfish, the crawfish palmetto, which is the pan-fried fish. They got great Angus beef steaks, excellent. Always doing something a little unusual and creative, where he wraps those oysters and those shrimp and that bacon and quick fries. That great food, great wine selection, beautiful atmosphere, adult libations as well. Steamboat Warehouse. And one more, let's go with the Medicine Shop. Medicine Shop over here in Opelousas, right off of South Union Street, 1717 South Union Street in Suite number 2. Street and Suite, I'll get them out. Open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 12 noon. You can go by 15-minute prescription service. Whenever you're in there, they give you a $2 coupon off your next time. So they understand. You're trying to get things done. You're trying to get to your next thing. They'll get you in. They'll get you out nice and quick. And don't forget about them. We talk about all your nutritional and healthcare type needs, but also dieting type needs. They can help you with the MetaFast meals. You can get MetaFast meals
This
there.
thing is catching on. It's a wildfire.
And Dirk and Liz Andrepont are both certified as coaches. So when you go and you buy the meals there, the coaching's included in your meal. So they'll talk with you and help put you on that right program. And I know a lot of my friends are on it, and it shows. So go by the Medicine Shop Pharmacy here in Opelousas.
Nice article in the Daily Advertiser that had in big, heavy print is shake, shake, shake. And it says, forget the Harlem Shake, bring on the real thing. And of course, they're talking about milkshakes. And they're talking about milkshakes that are famous in 2 places in Acadiana. And one, of course, is over at the Borden's Ice Cream Shop, which has been there ever since I was a youngster coming up and going to Lafayette. We always went to Borden's Ice Cream back then. And another one is Hub City Diner. And Guidry is, he's from Opelousas that owns the Hub City Diner. And I can't think his first name. I can see him. His mama owned the Dairy Queen here in Opelousas.
So that's a connection. He's got a background in that.
Background. And their secret to their milkshake is they scoop it themselves. It's not the frozen kind. And of course, I want to talk about the frozen kind, and that's right here in Opelousas. One of the most historic Dairy Queen stores, shops, restaurants, cafes, whatever, is right here in Opelousas. One of the very first ones that was franchised is still in existence. And in fact, although the size of the building is the same, somehow or another, Dennis Laverne and his family have gone in there and modernized it, and with a drive-through window, and it's just constant.
And they got regular food too, some fried type stuff. It looks like that's what I've seen.
Yeah,
on the sign.
it's amazing what he's been able to do and the business that he has. And so
I'm not going to say who, but somebody that lives in that neighborhood even goes sometimes with his pajama pants on to the drive-through, and you can pay. There's a little thing at the window. You can pay with your credit card and just go straight home. You don't even have to put on your don't have to put your shoes on. I don't know who that is, but I'm saying it's somebody in the neighborhood.
So anyhow, I wanted to bring in the Dairy Queen, and actually when I got to talking about Hub City Diner, and Guidry had forgot that it was his mama that that owned it at one time.
Slimco, if you're looking right now to get you a scholarship, Slimco can help you with that scholarship. They've got 20 that they give out, $2,000 a piece. Go to slimco.com to download the form. You've got to get your form in by May the 2nd. It's 30 days prior to the annual meeting, June the 1st, that they have in the Cajun Dome, where they give all the scholarships away. You have to be a Slimco member or a dependent child of a Slimco member. You got to have a C average or its equivalent. You got to be the high school senior or a first-time college student applying. So go by and give them a holler. They can help you out at 896-2520.
Let's go over a few pictures here, because we've got some friends that we met, and this particular event, the taking of this picture, that would have been last, Thursday or Wednesday?
One or the other.
One or the other. BOBBY003 is shown in the picture here, and this is an event where I was selling the book of business with OPAC to David Link and his investors and the bankers, two of the bankers that are assisting in the financing is pictured. In fact, they're seated in the picture, and the young lady is Anita Kennedy, and the young man is Troy Ritter. And standing, of course, is Bruce Godin in the red shirt, and then BOBBY003, and then Don Fisher with Sebastian Goin, and LaBeouf. Doing the accounting, and an investor group along with the owner now, David Link. And of course, David, everybody knows him as doing all the work at OPAC for many years, and I want to certainly wish David and his investors and the bankers who trust you when you take on like this. This was a sizable amount of money here, and David has been, ever since he came to apply, actually not for a job, he came to, hopefully I could introduce him to someone that could give a job. And by the time we got back from the interview, I said, I'll offer you a job right now. And 6 or 8 years later, he tells me, he said, you know, you never gave me a chance. I wanted to take off 2 or 3 weeks when I got out of college.
Didn't work out.
But he said, you hired me the day after I got out of college.
He got the job before he could finalize the diploma and the wedding. Yeah. He was the job first, but that's good. That's the way to do it.
Yep. So, David, we certainly wish you and the staff there, and I think with 9 offices, so there's a lot of work. And his idea is to grow. So if you know, maybe you have a finance company and you're ready for retirement, you could talk to David, and he'd be glad to discuss purchasing it and make another office, OPAC Financial Services. So anyhow, good luck to all of you, because it's not just David, it's the investors and all, and the employees who are provided a job. This couple here was taken last, the 28th would have been, Thursday, at noon. And the picture is of James Robinson, but better known as Jim, and his wife, Sherry. And of course, I went up to him and broke the ice, and come to find out that why they were, I said, well, what brings you to Opelousas and Swallows? He said, well, we here pretty often, and he has a sister at Prompt Succor Nursing Home. So I gave them a card and offered our services if we can help them in any kind of way while they're here.
We got to take a 1-minute break. We'll see you on the other side of one.